Welcome to Put This On, Season 2, Episode 45, where we watch Bachelor Winter Games, Season 1, Episode 1. I'm Chris Lorenz.
I'm Noah Singer.
It's me, the Max Lorette.
Robert Kitts.
Is James.
And we have audience member might chime in a little bit here.
Emmy Kits.
Woohoo!
Emmy in the house.
Welcome.
Some call her the holder of the Bachelor. All lore related to bachelors and bachelorettes.
Yeah. This challenge Bachelor not
like
good
that's
challenges.
overcomplicating.
No,
Over
that's
complimenting the show.
over. No. This is Are You the One? You win a challenge and you get to choose a date with whoever the fuck you want.
That is true. Are You the One challenge is pretty lame too.
Yeah, but also okay.
But there's like a bunch of people that came back, which is not like Are You the One?
Okay,
Are You the One is
we
all new
gotta
people.
slow it the fuck down. Bachelor
Yeah, we have
Winter
to get back a
Games.
second.
This is counter programming to the Olympics Winter Games.
All right, Rob, hit us with the description here.
This is quite the show description, and just settle in.
Oh, shit.
Oh man.
Is love the universal language? Find out as 14 international bachelors and bachelorettes from such countries as Switzerland, Japan, and Australia compete and hopefully find love with 12 of America's Bachelor Nation favorites. These singles will go head-to-head in winter-themed challenges, including the toughest sport of all, love. Chris Harrison hosts this highly anticipated 4-episode series.
Oh,
What?
Oh man, that changes things.
it does.
That's a real game changer here.
Holy
it.
shit.
Max is in now. He was out. Now that he knows there's only 3 to go.
Speak for yourself, James. I was kind of in.
Yo, you were in. Oh,
was kinda
shocker.
in.
Surprising. Okay. Is the subscription still going?
I'm not even halfway through.
Oh my
Oh my god.
All
There's
right.
longer description than 4 episodes.
It really is.
Hit us.
4-episode series complete with the usual dose of tears, drama, romance, and laughter as the Bachelor Winter Games, a global celebration of unity and love, premieres on the ABC television network.
Max is so ready to talk.
Do you have more?
I could go on.
No, I think we're good. I think we're good. I don't think we need
How
any
many
more.
times did you hear the phrase unity and love
What
In the
about
show?
in the show?
There was a lot.
There was a lot. I think
It
it was
was
like
overused.
3
what
to 4
about
times.
flame of passion and love?
That I definitely did not hear.
He definitely said that.
Man. Okay. So yeah,
As we talked about in our Bachelorette episode, it's all about love.
this is Bachelor in Paradise, but instead of paradise, it's just Vermont.
It's definitely Vermont with fake snow. That's for sure.
This is like definitely filmed in fall with no snow.
It's
And-
fucking wild.
Clearly just fucking made snow. We're getting ahead of ourselves, I think, here. The show opens with a sign that said, Chris Harrison is my hero. What the fuck has Chris Harrison ever fucking done to be a hero?
No clue.
He
I would've
made
really
people
rubbed
fall
Chris
in
the
love.
wrong way.
I confused him with Chris Hansen.
I mean, if your goal in life is to do basically nothing and get paid a lot of money and be famous on television, Chris Harrison's doing it all right.
He's doing well. In
I
that
was like
regard.
so curious. I looked up his Wikipedia to see if he's done anything. And he was a sportscaster turned host. He did like some dumb hosting things and then ended up with The Bachelor. And that's the only thing he's ever done.
He's probably like donated to charity.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm just like,
You
is
do
your
27
hero?
seasons of The Bachelor, you probably get,
He has been the host for 15 years.
yeah.
Wow.
That's not seasons. That's years.
Pretty wild.
Since
And-
2002.
He's in every aspect of the Bachelor expanded universe. Like, he just
Oh.
keeps going.
He's no TJ here. TJ lets other people be hosts on the side episodes, side seasons.
TJ knows when to not get involved with the train wreck. Let's be honest.
He really does.
But I feel like people really love BIP, Bachelor in Paradise, if you don't know. But like, I feel like people really like that show. So like, you
Those
can't
people
let
are not on this podcast.
Some people like that
we're
show.
we're definitely not. We're
Not
not
those
in the
people.
demographic for that show. I don't know for the demographic for this show either.
Okay.
Definitely not.
Before we get into it, I just want to see where everybody stands. Like, do you like this more than Bachelor in Paradise?
I didn't really watch Bachelor in Paradise, but I'll say yes.
Noah,
I'm with Rob. I don't really.
Chris,
I
Thanks,
think
Max.
Bip was better.
James.
I only ever saw the one episode of Bip.
This is definitely
And-
better than Bip.
I guess.
Emmy.
I think Bip is probably better. They have like less clothes on and they're doing nothing. all day.
Holy shit! I'm the only one who likes the show.
I
Well,
like this show. I said it was better.
So like
Emmy was the only one for the record that said she liked Bip more.
my
Yeah,
reasoning.
what are you talking
so,
about,
Yeah.
I want
You
to.
two both said you liked Bip more.
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
I said I've seen one episode of Bip and
This
I've
is-
seen one episode of this.
This is
I
my
guess this slightly
fifth to
beats
sixth
it.
beer today, so you know,
I mean,
Math gets hard.
Light
So-
day for Max.
light day.
so as a 2-hour episode, this is hands down way better than the first episode of Bip
Oh, so much happens.
and the second episode of Bip.
That's true. Things happen. I mean,
Like-
when there's only 4 episodes in the season, things got to be moving.
So correct me if I'm wrong. You watched 2 episodes of Bip, 4 hours, and there was still no elimination.
It's true. You're right.
Yeah.
I have to rescind
Yeah.
my thing. This is way better than that. But I think that the fact that they just like voted to eliminate people really set me off on this episode, which I guess we'll get to that.
It was a little
but
strange.
like we're in Bip, I think the Rose thing they do is actually makes that show interesting, which I didn't get to see. But like I got to see a wedding. That's definitely what I need to see. So you're right. This is way better than my experience with Bip.
So if this had had a wedding, that's really what it was.
Oh yeah,
missing.
yeah.
What's the odds this one gets shut down mid-production?
I would say 0.
0.
That's true.
Interesting.
They clamped down on that shit.
That could
It's
be
true. We would have heard about it by now, I think.
They were only drinking like champagne on this one. They weren't really drinking like the hard stuff.
There were definitely what looked like some martini glasses there. And,
Oh, yeah.
and Allie at the end would definitely seem to be slurring her words a little bit. I don't think it
No
was just the New
hard
Zealand
liquor.
accent.
There was definitely a point in time where I'm like, I'm not sure what she's trying to say here.
Oh yeah.
So
Anyways.
the beginning of this episode. Can we talk about the beginning?
Oh, the
Let's talk
walk-in?
about- Yeah.
Oh.
The winner's opening ceremony for this Winter Games is so long and so absurd. It's so crazy.
It's wild.
I don't
admired-
understand.
I admired their dedication to the bit. Of,
Yeah, it's-
we're gonna do an opening ceremonies. We gotta do a parade of nations. We gotta have an anthem. We gotta have a band.
It is at best a 10-minute bit, maybe realistically 5 minutes. This thing
It
was
for like
a half
30
hour.
minutes. Yeah.
And so they intro like 5 or 6 people from the US. And that takes like 15 minutes. And I do have a funny comment that I want to bring up where Dean was like, he said he was moving on from like his relationship and he was like running on the beach. And as he says it, it shows him checking out some girl
He says something like
on the beach.
I'm turning over a new leaf
Yeah,
and I'm trying to
something-
be more introspective or some shit.
Yeah. I
And
thought
he's checking out someone's ass on the beach.
that was great. And then they like have a commercial break and introduce all of these Bachelor contestants from around the world.
Internationalers.
Internationalers. Okay. I like it.
Thanks.
So you got Japan first. This person, anyone know her name?
I'm
Japan?
gonna, Yuki. It means
Yuki.
snow.
Yuki.
Does it really mean snow?
It really means snow.
Oh.
For those on listening, Max actually does speak Japanese.
If you're listening, you probably know this.
She does not speak English, or she's really hamming it up with her English. 'Cause
No,
as the episode goes on, she speaks more and more English.
Right.
I think she's picking up on more like words, but like she definitely is not good at speaking.
I mean,
English.
she's not good at it. I feel like she's hamming it up a little bit.
Yeah. Definitely some
So
ham.
Noah seems to think otherwise. Do you think she speaks like great English?
I don't think she speaks great English,
But she,
but I don't think she's picking up on words that quickly to start conversing better.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a bit of the editing and then a bit of what she
She's playing up
actually
a little
knows.
bit. You're thinking.
The whole concept of it just seems a little weird. That literally everyone else in the household is either semi-fluent or fluent in English, and this poor girl is the only one.
It's fucking wild. She the only one.
Yeah, and it's like it seems like she must know that she's in this position, and so she signed up for it.
Sure.
But it's a little strange.
Totally agree. It's super weird. Feel terrible, right?
Right.
Like you would think, at least in this scenario, like the producers would put like 2 people from Japan on the show, so at minimum they can talk, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, then you just silo them in the corner because they're the only ones that can talk to each other.
But like you could do it in such a way where like maybe one of them speaks a little bit of English, like they could help them a little bit.
Yeah, like
or
some sort of
something.
translator. Like you.
Yeah.
I feel like you just don't get enough people from the Japanese Bachelor to come over here. I don't think it's like, oh, you could pick from everyone. It's like, well, these like 3 people wanted to come, and those 2 would suck, so we got this person. And she doesn't know English, so I don't know how we're gonna work on that. like I just.
Can you imagine that phone call? Hey, contestant 1 dropped out. So we got you someone. She did really well in Japan. Her name's Yuki. She's great. Everyone loves her. She doesn't speak English.
It's fine. Get her on.
Well, yeah, don't worry about it. Is she willing to get on this plane? Okay.
All right. That's Yuki. Who's next? China?
I believe they did China next.
Zoe
was a girl
from
from
China.
Spoiler alert, she gone.
Gone.
She's gone. She doesn't really contribute much of anything to
She
the
is
show.
not in this episode more than 30 seconds.
She's introduced and then she's kicked off.
China also wasn't mentioned in the show description.
Oh, one fun thing about Chinese The Bachelor is nobody has sex. There was like 1 kiss on a season.
So is that on all seasons or just the one season?
The
that
one
they had?
season that she was on.
Is it there's only one Bachelor season in China, or is there like
Let's ask the Bachelor.
I don't know.
All right, there you have it, folks. She doesn't know.
what was after China? Canada, I think was after.
Oh, Canada.
There's a
Canada,
couple
we got
guys, right?
we have 2 guys.
You got somebody who literally looks exactly the same as the certain movie star.
James Marsden.
Sure.
Yeah, he looks
Might
like
know
James
him from
Marsden.
X-Men or Westworld.
Ooh, Westworld.
And some other guy, Benoit.
Benoit.
Oh yeah, Benoit. and
He's a
Kevin.
real Quebecois.
Is he the glasses guy?
Yeah.
He is the glasses guy.
Okay.
Tell us about his perfect French, Max.
He speaks hard Quebecois French, like straight out McGill shit. And he starts like
It's a
trying to impress
college
the girls
module.
with it, and some ways like, oh, he speaks perfect French, and man, it just sounds like hard Quebecois French, which is very different from provincial French.
Then I think it was the UK was next.
Yeah, I forgot her
Laura.
name, but
Laura.
the very, very skinny girl.
Oh, the old skinny girl.
Does somebody want to talk shit about her? Because I feel bad about doing it, but I'll do it if I need to.
I feel like her dress she was wearing at the end of the episode was like falling off.
All right, Laura, here's the deal.
Uh-oh.
Have you ever seen,
She's gonna
like-
listen to this podcast, Max.
Have you ever seen The Real Housewives of some shitty town? And you have like a 50-year-old who has enough Botox to look like a 20-year-old, but actually looks like a 50-year-old who tries to look like a 20-year-old? That's you.
Oh,
Very
Wow.
descriptive, Max.
Except what's the catch?
He bolted 15 years on her age.
She's actually
for
29
She's
years
actually
old.
29.
Oh, he bolted so many more years on than I thought he
Yeah,
did.
he built it a lot, and she seemed like a very pleasant girl.
Yeah, she did.
Like
I
her
thought she was- I thought she was
seems
like 30
great.
something.
she
No,
was
she was
29.
29.
She's definitely 29.
I didn't get enough personality to make a judgment,
The-
but she seemed okay.
We-
I don't have any reason to dunk on her. I'm just feeling very salty today.
That's okay.
I have a
Put the
reason
salt
to
on.
question how
At work
how
today, I called somebody a broken human being.
Jeez, Max.
I hope HR isn't on the way.
Oh no!
Max.
Like we dunk on each other all the time.
Good 360 feedback.
Yep.
So one thing against Laura in terms of being a fun person is she also got voted out in this episode.
She did get voted out.
Wasn't she the same one who was stirring up a bunch of shit in the house? Like when we get into, well, I guess are we saving that for later?
We can save it for later.
Okay, we'll come
We'll
back
get
to
back
that.
to that.
We're going back to this.
Let's
bitch.
go down the country. So let's go a little bit
Australia?
further.
We had some
No,
Aussies.
it wasn't Australia. It was
Yeah.
the next one was Finland, I think.
Does the order
No.
matter?
I don't think we're going in
nobody
order.
gives a
All right,
shit.
so let's talk Australia.
Let's
talk
let's
Australia.
go down
Finland.
under. Let's go down
Finland,
under.
There's some Swedes and some Aussies. Let's move this shit
So
along.
okay, we're doing.
Well, if you have anything
This
to talk,
bit's longer than
We're
the intro
doing
of the
Australia,
opening
and
ceremony.
from Australia we got a guy and a girl.
Yeah.
Good update. We're so much better off now.
I mean,
Um,
what?
You know what? As Australians often are, they both seem fun.
James is not getting a rose.
One good thing is each time they introduce somebody, they show a little clip from their country's The Bachelor or The
Yeah,
Bachelorette.
That was good.
And it looks so much better than ours. It looks so much more fun. Take it away, Emmy. I know you're excited.
No, when they showed the Australian Bachelor, it was like moody lighting.
Oh, yeah.
Like it was really intense.
I thought that was the
Oh, no,
German.
that
that was
was
the
the
German.
German,
The
sorry.
German
It was
one
the
looked like it
German
was a
one.
professional set with like
Right.
this like super mood lighting. It looked like a soap opera.
Was the Australian one when she was like, "I should just go now," or "You should just"?
You
go
should
No,
just
no,
go
the
now.
Australian one
No,
was.
she said you should
he
just
was saying,
go now.
I don't know if at the end of this I'll love you,
yeah.
but I could say right now I don't.
And she was like, "You should go."
Yeah.
That'd be great if that happened in the American.
That was
one.
amazing.
Yeah, all right. So we're in Australia, and then very close to Australia, we had two females from New Zealand.
Yep.
I love the intro with
One
all these
is-
guys doing this crazy dance,
The Haka.
which I didn't know. I feel like every time this comes up, I don't know what it is because
Like,
it's been like
You're definitely
so long.
kicked out of the Fast and Furious.
The,
fan.
So
the Haka
it-
is the one racial stereotype you can make about people from New Zealand.
If you don't know what the Haka is, pause this podcast, YouTube or Google the Haka dance.
How do you
with the all
spell that?
black
H-A-
Just watch the
HAKKA.
opening scene to Fast 8.
HAKKA all blacks. Watch that.
Oh,
That is surprisingly not a racist statement.
I know. I'm aware.
The New Zealand rugby team is strangely called the All Blacks.
And it's so fun.
Why
to
are they
watch.
called the All Blacks?
They
packs?
wear all black.
There you go.
There we go. All right, so let's go back to Europe. So
Okay.
we did the UK, and next we have
Deutschlands.
Deutschland, otherwise known as Germany. But interesting, there's a guy on the show. He represents Germany and Switzerland. I think we were talking over if he's from Bavaria or he just lived in both countries.
But I got it.
Oh,
He is from Germany, and he was on The Bachelorette Germany and The Bachelorette Switzerland.
Oh.
So it doesn't matter where you're from. It matters where you were on the show at.
Obviously.
It matters your Bachelorette nation.
That makes
So was
that's
he
interesting.
a contestant or was he like the main guy?
Considering it was The Bachelorette.
Oh, I didn't
I'm
know if he
going
was.
to-
You didn't.
I'm
You
going to
specified at
ass-
the end before I decided I was going to ask.
all right. So
Maybe he was The Bachelorette, Chris. Who knows?
Maybe.
okay,
It's
so
2018,
we
Chris.
did
Live your dream.
the German guy. Now let's go north a little bit. Let's go to Finland.
Oh.
And Finland came out with Santa Claus.
I was so confused.
Everyone knows that's the representation.
everyone knows Santa loves Finland.
Like St. Nicholas isn't even from Finland. I don't understand the Santa thing at all.
There, who was from Finland?
Like, what do you
Yeah, there we go.
Finish? Like, I don't like. Who are you asking?
No. Like, who on the show is from Finland?
Like in this room or like
no,
in the
No.
Show.
I don't know. Some people. Who cares?
Yeah, no,
kidding
Max,
me,
I
dude?
agree. I forgot too. But
Yeah, there's
surprisingly,
people.
Angry Birds, they're from Finland. That would have been a great cultural icon to have the birds and the pig.
Yeah, but then
Talk out with
ABC's got to pay them.
Yeah, they would have to pay them, but it would.
They don't have that kind of money.
The only other
Disney's
note
got that
about
money.
Finland is after they came out, they showed the Japanese girl hugging Santa Claus and saying, "I want present, yay!"
I want present. Yeah, that was good. All right, so we
Sweden.
got. Yeah, let's go to Sweden. We were at two girls come in. Stasi.
Yep. Also, the name of the Nazi secret police.
The The Stasi. Yeah, it is very close to the Stasi. Actually, it was not the Nazis. It was the government after the Nazis. So the Nazis had the Schutzstaffel, the SS.
Oh yeah,
The Stasi was a secret police.
the GDR.
GDR.
East Germany.
Man, I did not expect Bachelor
Man,
games to go
damn.
this direction.
Getting deep right now.
Just for
fucking
the record,
rails.
for those who are trying to keep
You're
perfection.
completely
We
right.
know we were holding back your emails, okay, Noah? Thank you. We didn't want to get inundated with all the emails correcting Max.
You know. Yeah, so we had two people from Sweden.
One was a lesbian, I think.
Yeah,
One was bi. One was bi. One was bi.
She
Sorry.
goes either way.
There was a
Bisexual.
very
Good for you.
There was a they made a pretty
Max
big
is
comment,
down.
big deal
You
about
can,
it. There's a bunch of comments about it.
Tweet at Max Powers over there. Whatever his Max. What's the Max
Maxlorette.
name of that?
No,
What's your
I'm-
Max handle of the week?
Max Lorette.
Max Lorette at Max Lorette.
No, I'm just
Sweden girl.
saying, throw somebody who's bi into a Bachelor situation that really spices it up. Like this formula of the show definitely spices. it
Yeah,
up.
but then when there's a rose ceremony, like that doesn't help you.
On a bi
'Cause it's like
bachelor would be
guys-
fascinating.
I
Guys give
actually,
to girls or girls give to guys, you'd be really screwed.
Noah's onto something here.
The last time we watched The Bachelorette, I actually tried coming up with some good ideas for Bachelorette spin-offs, and one was The Bachelorette, where everyone's bi.
Yeah, that'd be so fun.
Everyone's
Have you
bi.
seen A Shot of Love with Tila Tequila?
No, but she's also a Nazi.
Well, yeah, that is true.
That's entirely true, by the way.
That is true. I watched that show, and that's basically what it is. And it's really good.
So if you get a rose, then do you get to choose like someone else? Like how did the dynamics?
Well, the way
work?
that show works is there's a Bachelorette and there's guys vying for her and girls vying for her.
Yeah, that doesn't sound as interesting. I feel like because if you like everyone can kind of go with each other, you have to have some other game mechanic.
You gotta no. He's just. It's like more like The Bachelor, not like BIP, where like
Right.
everyone is going for everyone.
Right, BIP style would be a lot more fun if everyone's bi.
I feel like that's just like orgy house. All right,
So more of a bi.
Oh,
all right. So,
one
after
quick thing I want to mention
I would
is
kill Pandemonium. It's unbelievable.
that along with Chris Harrison hosting this, they had Hannah Storm, who's like a sportscaster
some sort of X-Men.
from ESPN. But like, I
Hannah's-
like that they kept giving her the title of sportscasting legend Hannah Storm.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
And I'm not sure if she. I guess I don't know if I did recognize her and stuff, but she was the one who was really excited about the bi potential on
Oh yeah,
Bachelor
yeah.
Winter Game.
She was reading all her lines too. Like she was like always looking down.
Did we
I-
miss any countries?
Yeah, we did all the countries.
No, did we miss any countries?
Oh, we didn't. We
I
did.
don't think so.
The only country we didn't go in depth on was all the people from USA.
No one cares.
Yeah.
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 So I love that this bit that they do. Everyone is super serious. There's a giant crowd cheering them on.
It's not giant.
I mean, the way they film it, they make it seem like there's like.
It's maybe like the size of the fake crowd at a Super Bowl halftime thing.
I feel like there's at least like a couple hundred to 1,000 people.
Sure.
Whatever. I don't know. I'm really bad at estimating because I wasn't paying attention. Then they sing the winter song.
Oh my god.
What the fuck was that?
It was a entire like Winter Games anthem.
Oh, and they had like some sort of like tiny candle they brought on stage.
Oh yeah, it was,
But before we get to the candle, we got to talk more about this anthem.
Okay.
It's like the fact that they felt they needed a Bachelor-themed national anthem for the Bachelor Winter Games is one thing.
Bachelor Nation.
It goes on for a while.
Oh,
and then
so long.
they're showing shots of the contestants in the crowd, like intercut with like flags and eagles soaring overhead.
It was too
It was
good.
so over the top. It was
That
so
is
bad,
the
but it
correct
was
word
glorious.
for this whole beginning. Crazily over the top.
Oh yes.
But wait, that's not all. What else did they do, Chris?
They brought up this candle that represented what? The torch.
Peace and unity and love?
I don't know.
Who knows?
Bullshit.
And who did they get to bring in the candle?
Trisha and Ryan, Trisha and Ryan.
What season of The Bachelor were they on?
I think that they were on the first Bachelorette season,
Oh,
and they're still together.
Oh, famous people in Bachelorette Nation.
Bachelor royalty.
I think
Yeah.
they called her like the queen mother of Bachelorette or something.
Do you think they're only together to keep their title?
Possibly.
But
They're better social media influencers if they're together.
okay, so after they performed the anthem and then bring on the torch, what else did they do?
I don't know.
They had a little concert
They had a little concert.
Oh man.
with some person.
Some person,
Some person.
and everyone's like, "Oh my god, I can't believe it's some person." Nobody in this room has heard of some person.
It was like McKinney or something. Doesn't
Slater
fucking
Kinney.
matter.
I thought it was like
It was not
Ruthie.
Slater Kinney.
It was something McKinney. I don't
Oh,
know.
it was a Ruthie of some sort.
Ruthie McKinney. Are we going with that?
No, don't give her fucking advertising. Are you fucking kidding me? You gotta
She
pay
got
for
the
that
best advertising ever. She was just fucking on it.
I
The
don't know.
Bachelor.
The fact that people heard her music, I don't know if that was the best advertising.
That's fair, but she's part of Bachelor Nation now, so like
So
people
the-
will go to the go just because.
So the day they filmed this, they do this parade. They have the anthem. They have the candle. They have the concert. How long were they all out there?
Definitely at least a couple hours.
Yeah,
Just a couple hours.
3
I
to
mean,
4
like,
hours.
minimum. Like it probably was at least a half a day shot.
So they did a whole half a
Like, the
day on
set-
this open.
well, like
definitely.
the crew
At
was
least
there
half
for
day.
at least a day to set up and get all the stuff figured out. But like I'm sure they were recording, doing stuff. For
Well,
like at least a half
I don't know.
day.
They did close down a street, so I mean they are in
middle
Vermont.
of
So
fuck
like,
knows where Vermont. You're fine.
well, it seemed like a downtownish
It's
area.
like a ski town, like in Vermont.
Yeah, and it is fall, so like there's
Like,
probably
it was
nothing.
dead.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of the logistics here, James.
Yeah. They definitely got a permit for like a 4-hour street closer. They stopped the one bus in that city, and then like that's what happened. They had that band, like they had that girl sing whatever.
They had the pep band.
So
'Cause
Emmy,
They had the middle school band.
I have a
play
question
something.
for you.
Bum, bum,
As
bum,
a
bum.
fan of Bachelor Nation, do you guys, not just you, but do fans like really get into like this like cheesy, hokey, like over the top ceremony stuff?
I feel like there's some people who are like really, really into like everything Bachelor related. Like people who have really stuck with the show for a long time. Like I've only watched it a couple of years, but like people who've watched it from like the beginning are like obsessed and like all in.
Okay, it just seems like to me like being over the top kind of turns me off when it's just like you're not trying to be satirical, you're like being super serious, but you're being super over the top.
Here's the
and
thing.
it's like not interesting.
Here's the thing. That shot with the eagle convinced me that the editors know exactly what they're doing.
Oh yeah.
Like
But it's
the
not like
editors
they're
know
try-
it's satirical.
Right.
I don't.
I think they know.
Oh, totally.
Like,
It's a wink.
That's a wink to everybody in this room who has a bone of cynicism in their fucking body.
I just it isn't as satirical as it needs to be satirical. Like one shot does not make it satirical.
Let's move on to the fucking games. I'm sorry. We gotta move. I have very limited battery on my laptop, and it's a shit show. Well, it's not
Thank
that
God.
limited. We're at 38%. We started at 48.
All right. So, after the ceremony, everyone gets introed to the house and they have some champagne. I don't know if there's anything to say about that.
Kampai.
There's some kind of cabiny villa house thing with a hot tub.
Seems
Is
nice.
there a hot tub?
Oh,
Oh,
no.
yeah, there was definitely a huge.
There
hot
was
tub.
one other thing to say.
I didn't see anyone in the hot
There's a bunch
tub.
of bunk beds.
Sure. So,
Whatever.
sometimes you have a guy and a girl start talking for a bit. They show like 4 or 5 shots of this, and then they have Josiah and Allie from New Zealand. And Josiah is negging the fuck out of this girl. He's like, yeah, you're thick, but
Thick.
black guys like thick. So now it's racist and negging. And then she's like, oh, I'm into racist negging. And then they make out.
Well, you left out an important part of that.
What's up?
Did
he
he?
immediately grabs the butt.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
right to the butt.
Yeah.
That's what you do though when you start talking about the butt.
It's got to grab on
Whenever
that
I'm
butt.
racist, I grab a butt. Sorry,
I
sexist.
don't know.
my bad.
I feel like it was
Max is
edited.
single.
He's
Ladies.
available. If you want racist book rapping, hit Max up.
I feel like it was edited rather poorly. I'm not sure he brought it up, but
He might not have. Yeah.
I don't think the editing did him any favors.
No.
But anyways, they were definitely the first hookup.
It was definitely the first kiss on the show.
They definitely, after they got to the rose ceremony, they looked at all the footage they had, and I think at that point, they started to figure out what clips can we show to create a dramatic arc.
Totally true. Good call.
Yeah, and so that was the first time they started to lure us into understanding the kind of the fake character basically of Josiah, who seems like a perfectly normal guy.
Oh, I hate the producers of this show. Like all they fucking do is film multiple hours of these people and just all
But
make
it's
them look
about
like goddamn
love,
idiots.
James. It's
And
about
unity,
love.
And they just
Chris.
create like whatever damn story they want, and it's not actually what any of this is happening. That's all that's happening.
Although I gotta say, so we didn't talk about her much yet. If we barely
Ashley I?
And so her name is Ashley. Her last name starts with an I.
Maybe.
Thanks for clarifying that, Noah.
No, because no one else on the show goes by like Joe C, Brian T. She's the only person on the show that goes by Ashley. Oh, by the way, my last name starts with the letter I.
Apparently,
to be-
Ashley is a very popular name.
So to be fair, Noah, on the season of The Bachelorette we watched, everyone went by their first name except for this one guy whose name was Jack Stone, and he
Jack
was
Stone.
always Jack Stone.
Dude, when you see Jack Stone, you know it's Jack Stone. That was fucking weird.
Jack Stone.
Really,
Uh,
creeped everyone out.
No, so the point is where Josiah, I feel like the producers kind of created this fake story arc just to help the show get some drama. Ashley she creates her own drama. The producers
yeah.
ain't got to do shit.
the producers just have to hire her because they know that she's just going to ham it up.
She's a walking drama box.
She
Yeah.
really is. Drama box. I like that word. It's a good word.
Do we gotta talk about Ashley I and others' lips on the show?
Oh,
Ooh, there's a lot of Botox lips.
Oh man.
Don't
Crazy.
Botox before you're 50.
Look, the
words from Max.
Words of wisdom.
A lot of sexist type of remarks from
me?
Pod.
Yeah, you know, I do feel bad.
The
I-
Maxler.
Yeah, I feel bad.
Hey, Max sent that to both men and women. Don't Botox for your 50.
That's true.
It was an equal opportunity.
equal
recommendation.
opportunity.
It's okay, Max.
Yeah, the volume of
Is
lips
it
on the show
though?
is crazy.
It's really not.
I think I was more saying it as in we still love you and we'd still swipe right, but
I might
maybe
be-
generally those comments are not okay.
Am I the Rob Porter of this podcast?
I don't know what that
Can't
means.
True text?
I'm out. I'm out.
Yeah, too deep. Too
Oh,
deep.
Too deep.
Fuck. Okay.
So Ashley I has crazy huge lips,
Yeah.
but her mouth's pretty big too. So it's not like she's just like fucking getting
Right.
the huge Botox lips.
No, she got a big mouth.
It's obnoxious though.
Yeah, and then so there's 3 people on the show with big lips. Stasi from Sweden also has Botox lips, or it appears to be so. And then one of the talk show hosts were kind of big lipped. Now that was the third one.
I
No
thought somebody
idea.
got kicked off that had big lips.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think there's 3. I think there's like 7.
Yeah,
There's a lot of big
no,
lips.
it was just the 2 contestants, Stasi and Ashley.
No,
No, there were
There's
more.
definitely more. There's just
Let's move on.
There's at least
Let's move on.
There's at least
This is a-
5
This is a bad
people
zone to be in.
that we did not see at all in this episode. Like
Oh, yeah.
they got 30 seconds or less.
The good old Michael.
What if we? Okay, I have a question actually.
hit me.
So there's all these people in this house. They're all trying to hook up and whatever. How was nobody in that hot tub?
That's what I was thinking. You said there was a hot tub. They'd never showed a hot tub.
There,
Okay.
there
I
was
was
definitely
paying
a shot of the
attention.
hot
There
tub
was
when
a
they
shot
first
of them
walked in.
pretending to throw a woman into the hot tub, and that was the only time we saw the hot tub the whole time.
I may have looked at Ashley I's Twitter while I was in the restroom because she was
Oh.
on screen.
That's weird. Let's keep going here.
So you following her now? Like,
No,
what's
fuck
going
Sound
on?
weird.
A, I don't have a Twitter account. B, her last tweet was drink every time Christian says the word jacuzzi. So I assume the next episode has a lot of
Oh,
jacuzzi.
Damn it.
So one of the confessionals I thought was pretty funny. As they were introing people, somebody said, "It would be amazing if I found love, like I came here for." Like, yeah,
Who
is that
says
what you're
that?
not? Like, are you here to find love? And would it be weird that you didn't, or would it be weird that you did? Like, what are your expectations here?
Yeah, was that the same one that's like, I came to the Winter Games to find love or something
like
stupid
everyone
like that.
says something similar. Like,
Yeah.
I came here to find love. It would be amazing. And I'm like, are you attempting to? Like, what? Like, what?
All these people know what they said, and they know it's funny. That's my theorem.
I think there's definitely certain contestants on these show, on the Bachelor, whatever, that know, like, I'm here to be a social media influencer after this. Hopefully I get a bunch of airtime, so I'm going to act all crazy. I don't know how many of those there are versus the people that are like, oh, maybe I'll like this person, maybe I won't.
I think there's some of that. There's also the whole producer fake bullshit where they just ask you 100 things and piece it all together in a 10-second, make you look dumb clip.
But like also in this thing, there's also the fact of like, you know, like Dean was on The Bachelorette and BIP and now this in like a 6-month span.
Yeah.
So, you know, he's clearly, you know,
Is he in it for the right reasons?
I think it's clearly he's not in it for the right reasons, but he knows to talk about how he's in it for the right reasons.
Yeah. That's exactly it.
So like I think this kind of show, there's less of people that are actually looking for love and more like just doing the rounds.
Like, at
on
least
the-
BIP, you know, I feel like there's actually maybe a chance. Like this, I don't. Voting people off of this show really, I think, cuts to the heart of their like theme of finding love. When like, if you find love, you can still be kicked off the show.
I agree.
That's a good point.
Very astute.
As I don't know, is there anything that happens between that now and like the challenge they do?
We should talk about the challenge.
Yeah, let's go to the challenge.
So the challenge they do is some sort of biathlon, where
It is a biathlon.
I'm gonna raise my eyebrows at all of you that just said that.
Well, it's a simplified biathlon.
Yeah,
It's not like an Olympic
I said some
biathlon.
sort of biathlon and say like, you know, it's not the
like
real
they
one.
cross country ski and they shoot targets. Like
I don't know what they're doing as cross country skiing.
Yes.
I don't know what the definition of that is.
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, they did it. They just suck at it.
Skiing on
Not all of them
flat
sucked at
surface.
it. Good old.
They
good old
all
Kevin.
look like they sucked at it.
We saw so little of this challenge. I don't know who was actually doing what.
Right. You really don't
Like,
know.
we saw one
Everything
kind
was a
of
blowout.
round,
Yeah.
and then they just sped through everything, and you didn't see anyone. Like, how there could have been a 5-minute section of everyone falling on their ass.
Totally.
Right. Like the editing was done in a way that you really couldn't keep track of what was going on because like they showed Dean falling early and like, oh, Dean must be doing terrible, and then suddenly it's the end and Dean is like in second and it's like, what? How'd that happen?
Yeah, like, this might be the worst edited challenge I've seen.
I feel like the challenge didn't play out maybe as they thought it would, and then they couldn't really build up drama with the actual challenge. So then they made all the footage right before it was like who's pairing off to like warm up for it, and then they sped through the actual challenge to then get to who's gonna get the date award. Was it date ticket?
They got a date, yeah.
Yeah.
Date
If
award?
you won
I
the
don't
cha-
think it's
Card.
date card.
like they're
Date
not
card.
trying to show like a sports competition on the show. That's not like
No.
their audience going after. Because like that audience is watching the actual Olympics and not watching these bunch of idiots do whatever.
It was very entertaining to watch people who are really bad at sports do sports.
Right.
I think how many people, like 9 out of the 10 people on this have like never been on skis.
Josiah on skis was great.
Josiah on skis. Josiah of Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
lawyer.
Lawyer.
Yeah.
This might be a good time to bring up something we talked about at the start of the show was like, is this going to be the challenge for Bachelor where they're bringing on people who are recurring people and they'll do kind of a challenge? But this is the thing. They're not going for that, and they're not really trying to emphasize the competition aspect of it. This is just the sort of flavoring to give that Olympics, but we can't call it Olympics. Everyone's very clear they must say Winter Games.
I'm confused.
Vibe.
Why can't they say Olympics?
I think it's like a rights thing. I think they'll
But,
get
like,
sued
I
by
think the Olympics
But-
like international
Chris.
committee owns the rights to the Olympics name and brand.
Yeah, the Olympics. I
It's
guess
been around for like
it's a
2,000
business.
years. You think you'd be able to say Olympics?
No. And like
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
NBC pays a ton of money to be able to say Olympics.
Chris,
Right.
have you ever heard in a commercial the big game?
Yeah,
The big
same thing.
game.
They can't talk about the Super Bowl. They have to say the big game.
Huh? Yeah.
Same thing on Vegas odds. All the sheets and stuff. All the odds you place are all in big game
Big game.
because they can't call it the Super Bowl.
Right.
All right.
Same
Place
deal.
your big game bets here.
So-
You're like, what?
They did this challenge. 2 people win. There's a guy winner and a girl winner. The guy winner is Kevin from Canada.
Former ski instructor.
Shocking. The guy from Canada wins some sort of.
Wait, I thought it was
Ski
Benoit.
No.
No,
Okay, it was Kevin.
no.
Benoit
So
was
Kevin wins.
Benoit was the kitchen thing.
and
Yellow
then
Eggs guy.
I
He's
forget
the
the
Yellow
girl's
Eggs
name.
guy.
Who's won? Who won? What's her name?
I think it was Rebecca that won.
I feel like they didn't even show this date.
She was not memorable. Also, like,
Yeah.
75% of the girls on the show are like white girls with blonde hair.
No,
Yeah.
they did show the date. Remember the fireworks?
The fake fireworks?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the
That
date.
was crazy.
And then they were making out.
You mean they showed 2 people making out with fireworks in the background?
That was the
thing.
date.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. So Kevin, they make it seem like he has a choice of girls he takes out on a date between 2 of them. One of them is the aforementioned Ashley I. And then there's another girl, which when she first mentioned her name, I thought I misheard a TV. Her name is Bibiana. Bibiana.
So, like, Vivian, but with an A at the end, and also it's Bibby.
Right. Exactly. Like
She
and
goes by Bibby.
me having a Vivian in my life, I'm like, nah, I must have misheard this. You know, I'm just hard hearing. No, it's Bibiana. So interesting name. And so Kevin has to choose Bibiana or Ashley I.
What's a more interesting name?
This was-
Viviana or Ashley I?
So that was all made up too. Like there was no choice. He was obviously going with Bibby. It like I don't even want to get into this because it's so dumb.
It is dumb. Well, the worst of it was Ashley I. You
Oh,
have
yeah.
her in one confessional, and she says, you know, Kevin really looks like he likes Bibby, and he's probably going to ask her out, and that's okay. That's how the show goes. Cut 30 seconds later, she is bawling that Kevin doesn't ask her out. And she can't understand why he won't ask her and how this always happens to her. This really was hard to understand.
You missed a confessional where she mentioned like, "Oh, we were talking and it seemed like he was flirting with me. You know, a smile here, blah blah blah." And you're
He
like,
also was
"What?"
flirting for sure.
Yeah, I'm sure he flirts with everyone.
Right. That's
You
just
fucking
the
are on a show to flirt with everyone.
That's the whole show.
That's the whole show.
The whole show is just flirting and falling on your butt on skis.
Her crying, like, yeah, oftentimes when people cry on these shows, they're like doing like crying like a certain way, where like the tears running down and they're like fanning their face. This was full on sobbing, crying. It was something.
Oh, and
Drama box.
she is quote unquote the virgin.
Oh yes.
Emmy, is this something that's been on her previous seasons?
Yeah, when she was telling the previous Bachelor, it was like a very big deal that he knew that she was a virgin, and he's like, okay, didn't really care. But she like really plays it up, but also wears like the most revealing outfits out of everybody.
Okay,
Oh
question for
yeah,
the
I was gonna
room.
mention that.
If you've done it in the butt, are you a virgin? Also, feel free to say it moving on.
Yeah, so she's totally overcompensating. She wears like pretty much this like lingerie outfit with like some sort of floral over it, and it was just like this weirdest outfit and the most revealing outfit at the same time.
Both of her outfits were just lingerie. Like the first one was just like lingerie with a skirt. The second one was just lingerie with underwear underneath.
So I'm still on the fence about Ashley I, but she has 2 very redeeming qualities. Let's take a little trip to Noah's Internet Corner.
Oh,
So-
again,
Yes, again. So
Hit
It's
me.
a thing now.
I'm
yeah,
so ready.
it's a thing.
Oh, God, I'm gonna throw that phone.
Shut
out
up
the
and
window.
Let me
him
get to
do
the
it.
fucking corner.
No
oh
one
my
cares about the
God.
goddamn corner.
It's the corner time.
Fuck the
So
corner.
her Twitter bio the crying girl from The Bachelor 19, which I got to give her credit for. Like, that's her bio
That's
starts
okay.
off. Like, she's in on the game. Additionally, her cover photo, it's her eating corn with Rachel Dratch.
Who's that?
Oh, she was on SNL probably for like a decade. She's awesome. So like, this is two very redeeming things about Ashley I, cutting away from the cameras and
What's
going
redeeming?
to the Twitter.
Don't worry about
Calling
it.
fucking bullshit on this dumbass internet corner update here.
No, okay, I
What's
understand.
redeeming?
I understand why
She's an
he was
idiot?
in on that.
He likes that she's self-aware
Thank you, Rob.
In what way?
because she called herself the. crying
Oh,
girl
that's
from The
Rachel
Bachelor.
Dratch. Oh,
Yes, that is.
I call bullshit on
Rachel
this
Dratch.
whole
She
Twitter
had the
bullshit
small
update.
hand skit.
yeah,
from
that
SNL.
lady.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Oh no, the
anyways.
small hand was
I stand by my statement.
the
Alright.
girl from Bridesmaids.
Moving on.
Anyway.
Chris, how do you feel
Kristen
about
Wiig.
this rose ceremony they do once the dates are done?
This ruins almost the whole show. It really
They have to
does.
kick out 5 people in one
They-
episode.
Well, it's not even that they kick out 5 people. That would be fine.
That's the way.
But if they did it the same way they did in BIP, where like it's all about love, okay, so you find love, so you get to stay. But in this one, they kick off people that actually seem to make connections because the way they got kicked off was people voted. But when they were kicking them off, they never showed us the votes. So I'm already suspect on that to begin
It's
with.
rigged.
They just like kicked off people that they didn't. That
They show us a
Work.
couple votes,
yeah,
but not the majority.
yeah. You got to show us all the votes. Or I'm just assuming the producers picked who they wanted off.
I like that the Japanese person, we saw her vote in Japanese, but
And
then
Max
Max deduced that she probably voted for Kevin.
yeah.
pretty good.
So I saw the K and the but I didn't see the middle letter because like it took me a second to realize, oh my god, she doesn't even know how to write in English letters.
Well, that's nuts. I only saw the V, so it must have been Kevin.
I mean, it was
in Japanese.
in Japanese.
Yeah, I didn't want to burst the bubble there.
I was really excited. Anyways, don't give a shit. They should have they totally missed the mark on the hot tub opportunity here, though. It should have been you got to find a partner to go to the hot tub with you, and there's only enough room for whatever amount of people -5 in the hot tub. So if you don't get in the hot tub quick enough, you're out.
So we talked they could have done it.
Oh my god.
Go ahead,
Okay.
Max.
You sure?
Yes, you're
What
too
if
excited.
every time you receive a rose, you have to enter the hot tub, and then like all the people who are left out of the
Yeah.
hot tub leave?
It's what I just said. The only difference is you added the rose to it. But yes.
Yeah.
So we talked about we could do this like more BIP style. What if it was more challenge style, where there was like another biathlon or a different winter sport, and it was like you voted people, but then they had to
You vote them
compete.
into the elimination thing.
Yeah, would that have been better or worse than doing it BIP style?
If the show wants to get more into the Winter Games aspect of it, I think that would be a way to do it. I don't think that these people necessarily have any of the skills to do any better than we've seen, so I think they're going to walk away.
Yeah, it
from
would have
that
been
whole
real
thing.
boring. I'm gonna be honest. I don't want it.
I don't know, like skiing and shooting a gun. They
I think this
require
was one of
skill,
the
but they're
easier
not like
challenges.
transferable athletic skills.
No, I'm not. Yeah, like I'm just saying. Like I don't think any of these people are going to be very good at any of the Winter Games that they're going to do. Like
Right.
Period.
Like this is
Right.
one of the easier ones, which was
Yeah.
like, okay, basically you just gotta like, ski on flat ground and shoot a gun a few times. You could probably figure that out. The next one's figure skating. It's gonna be way harder if you've never been on skates before. Like
Was it figure skating or speed skating?
it was.
Speed
They
skating.
definitely had figure skates.
There's
on, though.
both.
There was both. Okay,
Yeah, maybe there's both. Who
What do you
knows?
think the fourth sport is? I think it's curling.
No.
it's not curling because they want individuals competition.
So on this,
Maybe
note,
it's luge.
Do you think this is good counter programming?
It's
to
gonna
the
be
Olympics?
skeleton because they like to bone.
I feel like it's too associating itself to the Olympics for good counter programming. Like, hey, I'm going to watch the Olympics. Oh, but there's other Bachelor Olympics thing, maybe. But the Olympics is on. Like, why would I
That's
switch
not their
over?
audience, though.
Yeah, but they're so. I know that they're trying to get the Bachelor
They want to
audience.
get the people that like are going into the work, and all the people at work are all talking about the Olympics. Hey, did you see the Olympics? Blah blah blah. and like they're like, oh man, this Olympics thing is just going on, but I don't have any interest in sports. They're like, well, I can watch this Bachelor and whatever Winter
Yeah,
Games
but
thing.
it's closely associated to the Olympics that like if I'm not interested in the Olympics, why would I be interested in the Bachelor Olympics?
I think it's the fear of missing out thing. It's like the Olympics are the thing to talk about right now. So you could talk about the
Yeah.
Winter Games Bachelor thing.
I agree. It also just feels myopic that CBS is doing like the Big Brother counter programming. ABC is now doing Bachelor counter programming. Like there's no other content people could put on their TV outside of the big 3-4 networks.
That's
Like-
just what it is, right? Like TV is a bunch of shit for a bunch of like who knows
Dummies.
but at
Yeah.
least the
It's all the
celebrity,
same shit,
at least the Celebrity Big Brother has nothing to do with the Olympics. Like if you don't want to watch the Olympics,
right?
you're
Well,
like,
it's
well,
just the
now I
time
could go
frame.
over to CBS and watch this like other thing because it's
Yeah.
on every fucking night.
No, but they're like similar to this, right? The game will only go for the length of the Olympics.
Yeah. So, but the other one's 3 weeks. This is 4 nights. This is 4 episodes.
Is
So
But how are they extending it?
It's gonna be Tuesday, Thursday, done.
Oh wow.
Oh, okay.
I do like the speed of the show.
It
I like
a lot happens.
I like that
Yeah.
the show didn't say it was 4 episodes. They said every Tuesday and Thursday without
yeah,
saying
that's
it's
was like
for
you
2
said there was only
weeks.
4 episodes. Like what?
Well, it's every Tuesday and Thursday while the Olympics are on. Because once the Olympics are done, it's also done.
Yeah, it's. I could say that I think the Celebrity Big Brother is way better counter programming than this.
So, are we ready to do top, middle, bottom? On that note?
Some sort of ratings. You
There's
mean?
not really much else to talk about the show. A bunch of
Well,
people get kicked off.
A bunch of people you never saw on the show are kicked off.
Yeah.
They built up a whole bunch of Josiah drama. Josiah stays on the show.
They did a Josiah fake out, but like there was definitely a thing where it seemed like maybe all the African Americans were gonna go home.
Oh my god.
And that was
Yeah.
a very awkward moment.
What was it?
awkward.
5 people were kicked off.
5
The
get kicked
6 people at the end. 3 of them were African American, and they were there's only 3 on the whole show.
And the Chinese person got kicked off too. which I
Well,
think
no,
doesn't
even
help.
even where there's 26 people on this show, 14 internationals, 12 Americans. 6 of them are not white. Like just to even make that more polarizing. Like
yeah, I mean, The Bachelor probably airs in more white countries.
I know, but in the first round, now
Wait.
there's like 3.
So are you saying
Yeah.
that people on the show are racist?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what we're saying.
Just getting very like. Let's just stop beating around the bush. here.
my conjecture is that the producers are racist. 'Cause I
Sure.
don't think these people actually voted to kick anyone off.
Agree.
Oh,
Until you see the votes, I'm assuming producers picked
Yeah.
the people
Right.
because they're the ones in charge of making a good show, and for them the best thing is to
It's just a
pick
purge
people
for
and kick
them.
them off.
Chris, do you think it
yeah.
was Russian botnet's fault?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, just because we can see the puppets, still means we should blame the puppet masters.
But the person who can't speak English still there.
Still on.
Yeah. Well, they had a cut it to. I think it was Kevin from Canada who said that he was interested in Yuki.
Oh, when
It
when
was
they
the
announced
other guy. It was the Bajoran guy.
when she got a rose, they had a couple cuts to like 2 dudes who like their eyebrows went up and they're like, ooh, ooh.
Hey, now.
All right, Noah.
Thanks, Yoda.
give us your rating here, Noah.
I'm gonna put this at the bottom of the top.
Oh my God.
Jesus, you're watching this show again?
No,
My
and
God.
That's how this works. That means you're watching
James,
it again.
James,
Yeah.
you missed this last week.
I am.
He's stack ranking the shows he's seen.
So Noah has only seen bad
Shit.
shows. So last week he put Celebrity Big Brother in the top, and then Harrison's like,
Yeah.
"So you're gonna watch it again?" He's like, "I would never watch it
That's
again."
not how this works. Top third means you're watching it again.
fine.
No,
Well-
I don't think. Look,
No,
a top third show is a show that you think is better than the other like shows you've seen.
I mean,
Relative.
That's not true to what we've said previously, but okay.
I mean,
the
You-
top third is
it's an
whatever your mind
individual
wants it to be.
Designation.
Let me
It's about
justify the
love
rating.
and
Hey, the
unity.
who put this on top third is a coveted category. Don't bring this category down, Chris.
So
James,
the reason
I would say I put a third of my shows in the top third. That's how it works.
so the reason why this gets the top 3, one, this is actually bearable. Where Bip, I literally thought I was going to pull my eyes out when I watched that with you guys. The second thing, knowing how finite the show timeline is, makes this also appealing to watch because the show is speedy and you don't want to feel like you're going to pull your eyes out. Kind of appealing.
Things you're looking forward to TV show. Don't want to rip your eyes out. Classic Noah.
Based on the shit that we put on, yeah, that's a high bar. The
Noah's really put this bar really low. Like
guys, grocery games.
All right, can I
Terrible.
chip in here?
you can give us your rating.
Please, Max.
I'm gonna put this at the bottom of the top.
Oh no. No.
Hey, now I got company.
Can't believe it.
I'm with you, Noah. This was dumb and enjoyable, and the fact that it's literally 4 episodes. Okay, great, wonderful.
Go Canada, go.
All right. James, I have a feeling I know what your rating is, but give it to me.
It's easy. Bottom third. It's fucking terrible show. Fucking trash on TV is all this goddamn shit is.
All
The
right.
only 2 things it has going for it, which keeps it from the bottom of the bottom, you get 2 bonus notches, which
Two
is
bon-
A, it's fucking short season. There's only 4 total episodes. Thank God. B, the speed of which they're operating, and there's like a slight humor element and then how terrible they are at the sports things. It's the only 2 things it's got going for it. It's complete trash.
Yeah, but we don't
in
even
all
get to
other
see them
regards.
to be terrible. Like,
Right. That's
like
why it's in the bottom
like
third,
if
'cause it's
they
a trash
would
show.
show more of them being terrible, you know,
Right.
could elevate the show. I think
There's no character development. There's nothing like. There's too many fucking people on this show. You don't get invested in anything. It's just
Sure.
jumping around constantly. Everyone's making out with everybody. It's just a bunch of trash. All
You-
this show is a bunch
You
of
make
garbage.
a good point. There was 4 episodes and 26 people.
Right.
That's way too many people. That's
No,
at least twice as many people. Actually.
Come to this from the perspective of maybe you've watched 5-6 seasons. You probably know a couple of these people.
That's fine.
Additionally,
I sure
on,
don't.
on that
Yeah.
note, I don't know if you have a top, middle, third ranking, but what's your rating of this show?
I feel like now that I've thought about it a bit more, it was pretty good for Bachelor shows. The last BIP that you guys watched was really bad because of the like sex scandal stuff. So it was just painfully slow and terrible. But, like the previously BIPs were pretty good. But like the game element of this was pretty good. So I feel like for a Bachelor show, it was pretty good and moved at a good clip.
Third.
She
What
doesn't. She can't
third?
stack
I can't,
rank
I-
her first one.
So middle.
Sure.
James, I'll also cut you off. Did you have a James rating for this or no? Just bottom third?
Yeah, it was 7.
7. Oh, top of the bottom.
No,
Top of the bottom.
okay.
He said it was up 2. So
I gave it 2 points for the speed.
Oh, that's what you meant by
and
up
that.
2 points.
Yeah.
I thought you said 2 bullet points.
Oh no, 2.
I also kind of took it as 2 bullet
That's
points.
good,
I'm like,
that's
oh
good.
wait, you meant 2 points.
Yeah,
like,
it's 2 points
7.
up from the bottom.
All right, I'll give my ranking. It's a bottom third show. It's close to the middle. I think that the show moves, which is number 1 category, needs to move. But the drama, the love thing, I roll my eyes and I'm on my phone immediately. And the whole opening ceremony was not satirical enough for me. Okay, it's definitely just way too over the top and dumb. So, bottom.
Man, you don't remember some of our worst top of the bottom shows, but you know what?
Hey man,
Okay.
last week I gave middle third when all you guys said it was terrible. So I don't want to hear any of this crap.
What did we even watch last week?
Celebrity Big Brother.
Oh fuck, that was bad.
I think it was better than this,
All right,
hands down.
it's unbelievable, but okay.
Rob,
All right.
what do you got?
I'm putting this one in the middle third.
Oh.
I think it had I got some entertainment out of it. I thought the funny parts were good. It's like the elimination was weird and it's definitely not a top show, but it's not terrible. Sorry,
Okay.
James. James, give me the finger.
I'm
I'm
for
not
those
giving
of
you the finger. I'm
listening.
giving Noah's internet corner the finger as he's
Oh.
recording me on his phone.
I guess I'm in the clear then. Thanks, James.
You're good.
Do we have any updates? We will not be doing a challenge update, as that would be spoilers for like
Oh, yeah.
9
Well,
people in the room.
We just mentioned it, but I'll point out that Google Now is keeping me very up to date on Celebrity Big Brother.
What's Omarosa doing now?
So half the things I see on Google Now are Omarosa just said something crazy about Trump. Click here, and I do not click on those.
Good.
But I can tell you that the first person off Celebrity Big Brother was Chuck Liddell.
Oh, really?
Very surprising.
Yeah, I agree.
I've also heard rumors that Meta World Peace is the worst.
Well, there was a headline: "Is Meta World Peace the worst Big Brother player ever?" And the rule of headlines is any
No.
headline with a question, the answer is no. And it's really just that he doesn't really seem to be he doesn't either know or care that he's playing a game, and so makes no moves. It's also implied that he voted for Chuck because he wanted Chuck to stay, but that's voting out Chuck.
That would be.
I mean, we saw him in that elimination. He definitely didn't give a fuck. I'm like, I'm not holding on to this
Yeah.
thing. I'm just fucking dropping
It also said that he had talked to the producers about quitting and had been talked into staying. So there's definitely some strong
So
TO potential.
Yeah, definitely producers and the challenge, not that good.
But the second person out also asked to be voted out and got her wish. Keisha Knight Pullman, a.k.a. Rudy from The Cosby Show,
Rudy.
is out.
Good
Yeah.
riddance.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, seen this.
So there's what, like 15 more episodes still or something?
There's so
Jesus.
many freaking episodes.
Never
Like-
touching that show with a 10-foot pole.
I
that
do
Although,
also
they're
has
kicking,
90
if
feet
they're
on
kicking
it.
out like 2 or 3 people a week, that wouldn't be too bad. But
They got to kick more than that out. It's only 3 weeks long.
I don't know.
Yeah.
They'll just have a final four and then vote for the winner. Then that's be it.
Just to counter you would easily watch the Big Brother.
I was just saying that the first episode of Big Brother was way better than this.
I don't know. The Big Brother dragged a bit. Like, it was your classic reality show where, like, it dragged the opening to begin and all that stuff. Like, this show had pace. They didn't drag.
No.
any of it.
I didn't say the dragging was why it was in the bottom third.
No, but I'm just saying.
Or why I'd watched.
comparatively.
So, like, why I watched Celebrity Big Brother over this is because this, I feel, is cheesy, hokey, over the top, and I roll my eyes and I just kind of stop paying attention.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, Celebrity Big Brother is like, oh, it's a game. People are trying to win the game. It's it's just more interesting to me.
God, well, the game
Like-
mechanics a little better.
To me, the theme of the show is better. That's all.
Yeah.
Like,
I
The
get
theme
if
of
I
this
was
one's
like,
just about finding fake love,
like if I was in it for these
so it's stupid.
social media influencers finding love, then or like believe that they're actually trying to find love, or think they know what love means, then like maybe I would pay attention and care. But to me, I think all these people have no idea what they're talking about, are on TV just to be on TV and say whatever they need to say to be on TV and to stay on TV. Whereas like Celebrity Big Brother, they're trying to do that, but that's part of the game. This is like them pretending they're not on a game,
Sure.
but they're
Yeah.
on a game, and they're playing the game, but they're pretending they're not playing the game. And I just like
they
it's
keep talking
like
about being
meta.
on the game for the right reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
the
just
reasons
like
to be on TV, you idiots.
it's just disingenuous.
Yeah.
and I get turned off. And
If
I
they
stop paying
broke the
attention.
fourth wall more often, like gave more winks, I think it would be a lot more entertaining because they'd be like they're in it rather than just being like, no,
But
I'm here for
to
love.
Emmy's
Yeah,
point,
they all
like,
think they're there for true love.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
but to Emmy's point, there is a segment of this like show's crowd that like legitimately thinks all these people are here for this and ignore any of the signs that say that they're not. And like they can't like keep breaking a fourth wall for those people because then they're gonna like stop
Right.
watching.
They're in on it for right. Like they do this, that's what they like. They're all in, right? Like
Yeah, I
want to
get
believe
it.
it.
They're
It's
all
like,
in.
it's
They
not
want
for
to
me.
believe it, so they can't
Right.
be breaking the fourth wall with winks about I'm here, to have fun and like
Oh,
bang
yeah.
hot chicks or like at least make out with them.
Like at least
which
this
is why they're
format's
there.
more believable than like the actual Bachelor or Bachelorette, where it's just like 30 people all love this one person. Like, how in the world is that ever possible?
Yeah.
But it's the same problem,
It-
right? Like people like want to believe that and whatever. It's like, okay, fine, like enjoy it. It's not for me.
When we were talking on the show, is like the show is very sex positive, but also very like sex negative in the same way.
Yeah.
Where they're like,
Weird, yeah.
especially the Bachelor Bachelorette specifically, where they're like, oh, it's great. There's like a lot of making out. There's like very sex positive things, but then 30 people to one guy, like that's not very sex positive at all.
It
So
just
it's just
immediately
like
breaks
very
down.
weird.
It's extremely sex positive for one guy.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean,
Yeah.
if you want a deeper meta discussion on it, we can go deeper. But
I want a meta world peace discussion.
Well, world peace, not gonna happen.
There you have it.
There we have it.
Won't happen. It can't happen.
I think that's the
Chris
end.
has spoken.
Anyone else want to talk
Anything
about?
people have been watching?
Do you want to give a quick plug
yeah.
for Versace?
We've seen 2 episodes, 3 episodes, and
This is the American Crime Story thing.
yeah,
right?
Yes.
and the lead guy who plays Andrew Cunanan is Darren Criss from Glee. He's really good,
Mhm.
and it's mostly about him doing weird shit and murdering people. It's great.
Ooh,
I was a huge fan of the first American Crime Story.
Yeah.
This is not that though.
I know. That's why I'm just like, they like created an anthology series, but then their like second one isn't nearly as interesting as their first one,
Mm.
and it's like a completely different show.
It's interesting, but in a different way. Like there's no like caricatures of the characters. Like there's no John Travolta or David Schwimmer in this.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great part of that show, but it's not like the only reason I liked the O.J. Simpson story. I thought that story itself was just amazing. Like I grew up, I just not old enough to be around like and know a lot about what happened at that time, and I think it was pretty influential. So it was nice to see like the inside and out of what the hell actually happened.
No, I agree. The OJ one was more things you knew, or like relatable. I guess.
Like you've heard of like
Right.
a lot of the stuff, but like you never really got in depth into like I'm not reading any OJ like books about like people in the trial that wrote books afterwards. Like just not part of the demographic. I wasn't there for like years of the trial or however long that took. So it's just a bigger moment.
Sure.
I find like, isn't FX doing some other show where they're doing like the death of Biggie? Or is that some other
Oh yeah,
network?
somebody's doing that.
I feel like
Yeah.
that would be an American crime story. Like the death of Biggie.
They fucked up.
And somebody else.
And John Travolta plays Biggie.
Man, Lethal Weapon 5. That's all I can think of.
I've been slowly catching up on Black Mirror season 4.
Solid.
nice.
That's a solid season.
Honestly, I'm 5 episodes in. I liked 2, 3 were real stinkers.
Really?
I watched the
Interesting.
first one. It was okay.
I like that one.
The Star Trek.
Yeah, it was kind of. I didn't expect what was going on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the tech in the Star Trek one was a little out there.
Sure, absolutely.
But I thought the overall, kind of theme was good.
It was different and weird and fun and not predictable. Whereas like Archangel, very predictable.
Which one was Archangel?
You install a little like child security thing inside your child.
Yeah,
Definitely knew pretty much what was going to happen with that one.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I like that one.
Mhm.
I wasn't really trying to predict the end because I like generally Black Mirrors go all over the place, but I think it's a possibility, and like that's what I love about Black Mirror. Like the episode
It all
itself
seems
wasn't like
plausible, right?
one of the best episodes, but I don't think it was bad. I enjoyed it, and I thought it was not exactly what the Black Mirror
Sure.
goes for, but it was one more of my favorite one. Better one this season, I think. I like the dating one was pretty good.
Dating one was good.
Oh, that one got nuts.
Don't spoil, but
Yeah.
damn.
No.
I've only seen
And
the
like
first
that one
episode.
hits you hard at the end. You're like, woo! Oh man, I gotta wind down now. Don't watch
I
the
mean,
show right
that's
before you
what
go to
the
bed. It's too
Black,
serious.
Black Mirror is doing it like that.
Right.
Metalhead was really boring, I think.
Metalhead.
Is that the
Give me a
Well,
teaser
it's
on that
only
one.
in black and white.
yeah, that one.
Oh,
that one.
yeah.
I didn't like that one.
I got a little annoyed by the black and white. I was like, yeah, but it was whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm in the middle of 2 Hulu shows.
Oh, I know what one of them is.
Yeah. One of them catching up, The Handmaid's Tale, and then also The Path.
I haven't heard of either of these.
Not what I thought you were going to say.
So
I
Give me a tease.
thought you were going to say
The
The Good Place.
The Handmaid's Tale is
We've
actually
talked about the Good Place a bunch.
pretty popular.
I know what The Handmaid's Tale is. It wasn't one of
James
my
does
Oh.
not. James
So-
does.
Shut up, Max. I'm trying to get the
Yeah,
scoop here.
Do it.
pretty popular show. I actually don't know how to describe that much. It's like in the future and like like a dictator state. Like a lot of the politics and society changes, and then
Like America is in a dictatorship.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I've
And-
seen trailer for that. Okay, that makes more sense.
and then
Well,
Peggy from Mad Men's a star, and you kind of just see like what happens. That's like
I
without
can
describing it too
describe
much.
more of.
Thank you.
So like the world starts out as like there's some sort of catastrophic event where like having a baby is hard. Like just people stop having babies.
Like most
and-
people are infertile.
Yeah.
Mm.
So there's this section of America that is like, I guess it's not. We'll not go there, but like there's like part of America becomes a dictatorship, and women get forced into these like plantation like environments.
Oh, the ones that are
essentially.
fertile.
Yep.
Well, you don't really know if they're fertile or not.
Oh, but
At
this is happening. They're just forcing
But
it.
they think
Yeah.
they are.
Okay, got it.
So
Okay.
they're like stuck in this like
Seems like
slavery
a crazy situation.
Yeah. So they're stuck in slavery essentially, and it is like just as intense as Black Mirror. It is not a like happy-go-lucky show.
Oh shit.
No.
So,
A
and
lot
it
of
is
intense
very
shows going on
intense.
these days.
Yeah, it's really well done. And then the path, really fun so far. I'm still early on.
Is
like
that the
episode-
Jesse from Breaking Bad show?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So it's about this. It's funny in the show. They don't call it a cult, but basically it's a cult.
Okay.
And I think it's like upstate New York, or maybe like a little bit upstate, downstate New York, like above Manhattan. And it kind of goes through like the ins and outs of the cult, and you see like Jesse starts to pull away, and everyone's laughing. So I'm gonna cut it there.
Sorry, no, I was just gonna make another Branch Davidians joke, but I decided against it.
And I was gonna laugh at it.
On a Black Mirror note, I've watched the Philip K. Dick Electric Dreams on
How's that?
Amazon,
Ooh.
and it is I enjoyed it. It is very like, if you've read any Philip K. Dick, it's very like taking a sci-fi setting and saying something about humanity or the current culture.
Yep.
And the show is like that, and I admire that. I admire it for it. Some of the episodes are definitely downers, but some of them aren't, and some of them are better than others because they're all different. So it's very similar to Black Mirror, but it has like it's just like a different like kind of outlook on what they're trying to do, which definitely a breath of fresh air. Maybe catch it after you've watched like a couple months after Black Mirror or something.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Cool.
I do have one more recommendation if
Hit me.
you're into those kind of like sci-fi, a bit dark, a bit kind of crazy
So-
situations. New-ish, I guess. I don't know how recently it came out, but I know a bunch of people on my team have been talking about it. So I started watching it. It's a show on Netflix called Altered Carbon.
Oh, I've heard
Any of
about
you
this.
guys have heard about this.
Yeah.
I actually really recommend it. I'm probably on like episode 8 of I think a 10 episode series. The quick teaser on it is in a world where the human conscience can be essentially transferred between bodies. And so the bodies become what they call in the show these sleeves. And so you can don a different sleeve, but you are still you, just in a new sleeve or a new body. Yeah, super like into the future, dark, edgy, bunch of crazy shit happening, and like kind of keeps unfolding in ways that like you don't normally expect. So I kind of liked about that. It's been pretty fun to watch. There's been a couple of sort of like Inception-ish moments where it's like you'll kind of go super deep into flashbacks or what appears to be a flashback, and by the time you come back out of it, you're like, I totally forgot about these other story parts that were going on. So it's like just super engaging. Been enjoying it. Would recommend it.
Yeah. Heard good things.
I've read
Yeah.
I've read the book.
Yeah, I heard the books are good. Is it one
it's-
book or a
there's
series?
a trilogy.
Okay.
Which I wasn't even aware of until somebody mentioned it. But like, it is very like. The great thing about the book is like the setting and like the crazy things that happen.
Oh yeah, there is a bunch of crazy shit that happens in this crazy setting of a world that
Yeah,
they've
the setting
got.
is great.
It's nuts.
Like it's just like, okay, we'll do this, and then okay. It's kind of
it's
Black
definitely not
Mirror-esque.
a family-friendly. There is a shitload of nudity, bunch of violence, very crazy stuff is happening in this show.
It's kind of Black Mirror-esque, where they're like, oh, what if you
Yeah.
invented this technology? Okay, then like extrapolate that out like a couple. It's
For
actually
sure.
a couple hundred years, I think. So it's like way into the future.
Yeah, I feel like this was kind of filling my post Black Mirror. What do I watch that's in that same ballpark ish. So
Yeah. So on that note, you can follow us on Twitter at Who Put This On. You can find us on Facebook.com/Who Put This On. You can email us questions and suggestions at whoputthison@gmail.com. Please rate us on iTunes. I guess it's now called podcast something on Apple, whatever. It's just rate us on iTunes, and we'll see you guys next time.